Look at how to set up a site using the WooThemes theme called Buro. And we are going to be using WordPress multi-site to do this. So let's see how this works. And basically we're going to be trying to take this website for Steve's Home Improvement and transfer it over onto WordPress using the Buro theme. So the first thing we're going to do here is we are going to go ahead and create a new site. I'm going to call this Steve's Home Improvements. I'm going to add myself as the admin, and then hit Add Site. So that goes ahead and it will create the site. So I'm going to now access that new site. And I am going to enable the Buro theme. And I'm going to go ahead and open the site itself in a new window just so we can kind of keep track of what we're doing here. And so this is our blank slate once the Buro theme has been enabled. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a number of pages. I am going to create an About page, and fortunately there's some pretty good content here that I can go ahead and use. Now I'm going to go and click to the HTML tab before I paste it. What that's going to do is it's going to get rid of any extraneous tags that might show up here. Do a little gut check to make sure this looks okay. I'll publish this one. Add a new page. I'm going to call this one Services. I'm going to see if there's anything we can use over here. And it looks like they provide plumbing and bathroom and general contracting services. So let's see if there's any content we can use. Unfortunately, there is. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in here general contracting, and I will add their content there. And then they do plumbing and bathrooms, so I will add that as well. Plumbing and bathrooms. And I'm going to go ahead and take their content, add it in. Go ahead and publish that one. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I want to set up a portfolio page for them. And they have a lot of great pictures here. So I'm going to go ahead and actually pull them from the Build Zoom profile that they've set up earlier. And I'm just going to save these all. The reason I'm doing this is because we use a nice compression that's going to ensure that all these images are a pretty reasonable size. Sometimes when people take pictures with a digital camera, what can happen is the default settings on the camera can kind of save the images in a really large size, so we want to avoid that from happening. So I'm going ahead here, saving a lot of images. Oops, didn't mean to do that. You get the point. I could go ahead and I could, really port all of them over, but for now I'm just going to stick with this, and I'm going to this is going to be a different template called Image Gallery. I'm going to add my media. I'm going to go over to my downloads. Oops. And save all those. Upload them. I just got 3. Okay. I'm not going to add them all in right now, but you get the point. I'm going to add a number of pictures here. I'm going to save all changes. Then we're going to see some settings for gallery. I'm going to go with a 3-column setting. And then I'm going to insert that gallery, publish this page. I'm going to add one more page for contact information. And I'm going to make sure this template is the contact form. I'm going to go ahead and publish. Alright, so let's go quickly look and see what we have. So we have some nav here set up now. That's good. We have that sample page, and I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. That just is something that WordPress defaults you to. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that sample page. And I have my basic website structure here set up. So let's take a quick look and see how some of these things turned out. Here's my About page, Services, Portfolio. Let me click on one of these really quickly. You see how it kind of takes you over here to just a window that shows the image. I'm going to get around that by installing a plugin called WP jQuery Lightbox. So I'm going to activate that, hit refresh. Let's see what happens now. Got a nice lightbox, great. Okay. Now the next plugin I'm going to go ahead and install is going to be WordPress Socializer. And it's a nice little plugin that'll go ahead and make sure that I can have everything I need here, all my social bookmarks. And I like using something called a floating shared bar. I'll show you kind of what this looks like here in a second. Add it to posts, pages, and let's see, what do I like? I like Facebook, I like Pinterest, Google, Twitter. Let's add email, print. Let's just add that for the time being here. We're going to click Update. We're going to go back to WordPress Socializer here. This is a little quirk. By default, they actually put it in a number of different places. I don't want it in all those places because I just added the floating bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just go ahead and take it off the places it adds by default. RSS feeds, author pages, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. I'm going to update that. So let's go back here. Let's refresh. And let's go back here. Let me just make sure I did this properly. Floating bar. Not showing up quite yet, and this sometimes happens with WordPress. It can be a little quirky. So let's see here. Let's see what happens if I open up my window a little bit. No, I'm gonna worry about this later. It's not the most important thing here. I'm not going to actually go and mess around with the right column here. This is all controlled through an area of WordPress called widgets. And WordPress again has some defaults here, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. I'm going to add some different types of widgets here. I'm going to move something over called a text widget. Here we go. Oops. Need some fun with the mouse right now. There we go. Okay. Contact us. And let's go see what their contact information is like. Here it is, 561-252-3992. Here we go. There's a nice version right there. And I'm going to use the header. I want to make this a little bit more prominent. Let's go ahead and save that. And let's add another little text box here. And I'm going to basically go ahead and add their build zoom badge in. You can either paste text or HTML into the field there. And I'm going to title this little widget Customer Reviews. Hit save. And I'm going to add one more text box in here. I'm going to call this License Information. And I'm going to go look at their Build Zoom profile to get their license information. Let's see, we got license number 120695 in Florida. Up. License number licensed in Florida, and they hold these different licenses. They've been in business for 13 years. All right. Automatically add paragraphs. Now let's take a quick look, see what that looks like. Okay, we're making some progress here. We got the contact form here, but the email has not been set up properly. And in Buro, that comes from a very specific location. It is right here, contact form email. So I'm not going to disclose this particular email, but I'll just, for testing purposes, do that. So you can kind of see how this all works. And now if we go back to the contact form, it's been successfully added there. So got the portfolio set up, got my services page, got my about page, got my home page, and so the home page. Few things here. One, if they have a custom logo, which they do, but it may not look that good on this background. So for the time being, I'm just going to go ahead and enable a text title. I'm going to make the color for the text title a little lighter because remember we have a dark background. I'm going to save. And what Buro is going to do is it's going to go ahead and look and see what I've set the title of the site to in the defaults. So next I need to add a slide in to get the slider to display properly. So where do we do that? We go to Slides. Then we're going to go ahead and add a new one. We're going to add it in the featured image section, and let's go see what I downloaded earlier. See if I like any of these. Let's see if any of these jump out. Let's give this one a shot here. Let me go back to his build zoom profile real quick. Let's see what we got here. Number of different. Usually like the main featured image to be something really kind of powerful and compelling. This is a really nice one here. Let's go ahead and use this one. Let's save that one in the downloads. I'm going to go back. There we go. I'm going to click, make sure it's full-sized. click Use as Featured Image. You can see here on the right, it'll go ahead and pop it in. We go ahead and publish that. Now let's see how this looks. Great. Okay, I got my big image there. A little barren down here, so I'm going to go ahead and use another Buro feature. Let's see if we can get something nice from Steve's Home Improvements Remodeling Experts. We go to something called a homepage banner. Activate, banner title, Steve's Home Remodeling. Let's say, contact us for a free estimate. Let's get their number on there. Never hurts to have the number on there as much as possible. And again, let's make it real fat and big. Let's go ahead and save and see how that looks. Not too bad. Not too bad. I want to have my footer down here because I want to make sure it is pointing to the right place in case people want to learn more. So I'm going to add in my HTML here. Oh, forgot one little thing here. Got to activate it. There's my footer with a link back to my site. Got my big picture. Got my little banner down there. About. And one last little thing here, just because I want to have a little bit of fun. I want to add a little bit extra in. I'm going to go ahead and let's see if we got a nice image we can use here. Let's just add a little something extra. Let's show a picture of Steve if we can find a nice one. Here, here's a picture of Steve at work. Let's use a medium-sized picture, and let's go ahead, pop that in. Let's update, and then let's go see how that looks. Well, not too bad. A little bit more visual than before. And so now let's take a look. Got my home page here. Got my About page set up, got my Services page set up, portfolio, contact, and this is a good start.